Good morning, Western Washington, and happy Monday. I'm Matthew Fab with Western Washington Weather, and today we're going to take a look at the forecast for the upcoming system in the middle of this week and what we're expecting in terms of rain and cooler temperatures. So let's take a look at that. So we're starting here with the UW satellite, and as you can see, we have a very persistent marine layer that has covered the entirety of western Washington here, except for the mountains. And this will likely stay put throughout the day, keeping low clouds and cooler temperatures in place for much of western Washington. And that will be nice after the last few days of smoke and heat. And as you can see, we also have a lot of high clouds moving over the region and some really cool mountain wave clouds or lenticular clouds over parts of the Cascades and eastern Washington. You can see those there. Now let's take a look here. As you saw in that satellite image, there's not any smoke over western Washington anymore, and that is reflected here in the air quality map. The entirety of western Washington is back in the good category with really nice clean air out there. And you can see some of eastern Washington does remain in moderate to unhealthy for sensitive groups air quality. So keep that in mind if you are out in eastern Washington today. But it's nice to see this clean air back again over western Washington. Now let's take a look at our overall pattern. You can see our ridge is gone and replaced by just some subtle ridging over the continental U.S. here. And as we go through today, that goes away, and we start to see this trough move in on Tuesday, and that comes in and makes landfall on the Oregon coast there on Wednesday, and that is going to bring rain and cooler temperatures to western Washington on Wednesday, and we'll take a look at that here in a moment. And as you can see, that trough moves out through Thursday, and then we may have a brief time between troughs here, and then as we go into this weekend, another trough starts to move in, though this is a little bit more uncertain, so stay tuned over the next few days for more information on that. Taking a look here at 6-hour precipitation from the European model. So here you can see this is Tuesday night. That trough starts to move in. Precipitation starts late Tuesday night into early Wednesday morning for western Washington, continues at times through Wednesday about midday, and then becomes showery toward the evening. Oregon will get more rain with this than Washington due to the position of that trough, and then as we go into early Thursday, that precipitation moves out of the region. So now let's take a look at what we can expect in terms of that rain from the European model here. As we go through Monday, you can see maybe some slight drizzle across the North Cascades and the Hood Canal area and the Olympic Peninsula there. And as we go through Tuesday into Tuesday evening, you can see that rain starts on the coast, and then by early Wednesday morning, most of that rain has fallen for western Washington, with some more showers continuing through the day Wednesday before precipitation tapers early Thursday morning. And you can see not too much in the way of rain for western Washington with this system. Most of the lowlands only getting about 1/10 of an inch. The Cascades likely getting up to 3/4 of an inch, which will be a nice start to September rain for the Cascades, as it hasn't rained at all in western Washington this month. And you can see the Olympic Peninsula and the coast gets 1/10 of an inch to about 1/2 of an inch, depending on where you are, and maybe 1/4 to 1/2 of an inch around Olympia and Shelton as well. Now let's take a look at those temperatures. You can see it is much cooler today than it was yesterday. Highs from Seattle northward likely reaching the upper 60s to low 70s, and low to mid 70s Seattle southward, coast in the mid 60s. As we go through Tuesday, cools down a little bit more as that trough starts to move in. Upper 60s to low 70s Seattle northward, and low 70s Seattle southward, coast in the low to mid 60s. And then look at Wednesday here. You can see as that trough and rain moves through, it really cools down across the region. The mountains are only getting into the low 50s here, maybe even some upper 40s. And then in the lowlands here, from Seattle northward, highs in the upper 50s near the water to the low 60s inland, and then from Seattle southward, highs in the low to mid 60s, and on the coast, highs in the low to mid 60s as well. And as we go into Thursday, we rebound a little bit as that trough moves off to the east, as highs reach the mid 60s Seattle northward, and the upper 60s to low 70s Seattle southward, and then the mid 60s again on the coast. And now let's take a look at the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook here from September 14th to 18th. You can see a chance of below average temperatures for the Pacific Northwest. That's a good sign if we are wanting some more fall-like weather. And then you can see the precipitation outlook for the same time, September 14th to 18th, shows above normal precipitation for the entirety of the western United States. Another good sign that fall is getting closer for western Washington. And if you all noticed, I didn't do a video yesterday, and that was because I was chasing whales in the morning. And so this is a photo I got at Dune Peninsula at Point Ruston in Tacoma of an orca breaching. If you want to see some more photos, check out the Western Washington Weather Facebook group. The link to that is in the description of this video. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and share this video. That's the best way to help Western Washington Weather grow. Stay tuned, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.